Hi ladies, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Maryann Okonkwo. If this is your first time on my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video and leave a comment as well. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a closure wig on a sewing machine. First off, you want to sew down your closure, and as you can see, I just put it on my mannequin head and I'm just using thread and needle, C needle to sew it down. And once you're done with it, you want to make sure to knot it. Okay, I'm still sewing the closure here. So how I sew it is I just pull the needle through the V cap and through the edge of the closure, and then I pull the thread in between the the U-shaped, inverted U-shape that it will form, just to secure that knot. You can knot it like 2 or 3 times, but if you're still sewing, I don't think you need to waste that much time knotting it 3 times. You can just do it once or twice and you're good to go. I'm just doing it once. So once you're basically done, the next thing I did, or what you want to do, is set up your guideline. So this is basically the guideline that works for me when I'm sewing closure wigs. And you would notice that I left the elastic band out. Some people usually sew on the elastic band. I think I did. I sewed on this elastic band. That was because I don't have my custom wig tags. But if you have custom wig tags, I suggest you just leave that elastic band and sew your wig tag and your comb on the elastic band instead of sewing a track on it. Because if you sew a track on it, as you're sewing your custom tag, it's going to catch some hair, so you now have to spend more time using a tail comb to remove the hair. I hope you guys understand, but experience is the best teacher. So this is what our guideline is looking like. It doesn't have to be absolutely straight, but just something to guide you. As I said, in this particular video I did sew on the elastic band because I didn't have my custom wig tags yet, but I do now, which I'll show you guys very soon. So this is what the cap is looking like, the guideline, and you want to sew it about an inch, half an inch, because you want each track to be covered. You don't want to see those ugly spaces when your client or you wear the wig or something. So that's why I made it as close as possible. And if you have 3 bundles, let me tell you something, especially if you're new to sewing, don't go and double track all your bundles. Always start off with single tracks. Unless you have like 4 bundles or 5 bundles, you can double track everything. But because I only have 3 bundles of hair and I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough, actually I knew it wasn't going to be enough because of the number of tracks I created in the guideline. So start with a single track, sew it all the way to the middle, and then the remaining 2 bundles you can double track because that's at the crown of the head. So, and you know, once you put the wig cap on your hair, it's going to lay flat and whatnot. So this is me basically just sewing it, and I think I fast forwarded the previous one. But yeah, you want to take your time with this. During this process I broke about 2 needles or so, which was new because I've never broken the needle before. So when I broke it, I was like shocked. So apparently all these Amazon needles you always get, it's not good for your sewing machine. You will hear that sound and it's not good, and in the long run it's going to ruin your sewing machine. So always make sure you get the needle specifically for your sewing machine. When I switched the needle and used the needle that came, and I have the needle for the sewing machine, but I've not used it, and there are about 4 or 5 of them. I didn't use them. I went because somebody said the one on Amazon is better. So but I'm telling you now, it's gonna just ruin you and you're gonna break them. So use the one that comes with the sewing machine. And when I did, my sewing was now like butter. It was very smooth and almost without any noise. The only noise I could hear was just the pedal. Even the sewing noise was like very minimal. It wasn't as loud as it was before. So definitely use your needle, the needle that comes with your sewing machine. I've already blabbed a lot. I hope you understand, but if you don't understand, when you experience it you would understand better. Yeah, so this is me basically taking my time to sew it. Then next up you'd see me double tracking because I've already finished single tracking the back. Now I got to the crown of the head and I just thought, okay, let me double track this. Don't double track everything. I'm just double tracking the second bundle because I feel it should be enough. So your third bundle, don't double track it yet. Double track as you go. Yeah, double track as you go. So you don't have to spend waste thread or spend time ripping off the seams again. Look at how neat this double tracks are. I'm becoming a pro. Anyways, this is me. I think this is the last track that was sewing. For your last track, you want to sew it as close to the closure edge as possible. So just pull it close to the edge as you would see me do. So I just pulled it very close, and because you're using a zigzag stitch, it's going to catch the last track and also the edge of the closure, which makes it a perfect closure. And for the last track, you want to single track, you're not double tracking. So I didn't show you guys, but I ripped the last track because they were, I double tracked, so I ripped it off so it was down like two, and then I used just one track on it. And the reason you want to do that is so that there's no bulging and then your closure lays flat, especially when you part your hair. It's going to lay absolutely flat. Okay, so take notes, guys. And yeah, this is what our wig is looking like. It's so neat. I'm so proud of myself. I literally just watch YouTube videos to learn. It's not like I went to any school. And when I started using the sewing machine, that was my very first time, and I was surprised I didn't break any needles. So YouTube is a university on its own. If there's anything you don't know, search YouTube first, search Google. You're gonna learn a lot. So that I just basically cut out the excess wig cap underneath the closure, and I'm putting it on my head. It's gonna look weird because I haven't flat ironed it or done anything. This is it straight from the machine. Once I pluck it and do what's not, it's going to look a lot better. Plus I'm going to be highlighting and low lighting on this wig, so I think it's called balayage or something. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this wig. So I technically do not, there's no need for you to go and flat iron it now because you're going to apply bleach on it, so you're just wasting your time. So I'm going to apply my wig comb. This is to make sure that the wig is secure. Aside from wig caps, all my wigs come with aside from wig combs, all my wigs come with elastic band for extra security. So this is what it looks like. If you have a custom wig tag, you want to put your custom wig tag first before putting your comb, because people will not be able to use the comb if you sew the tag on top of the comb. I don't know if you understand. So for elastic band, because I've got a lot of people always saying, oh, elastic bands are not secure, they always rip off. Let me tell you guys, when you get an elastic band, don't just use it as you got it. So you want to reinforce the sewing, because they usually don't sew it tightly because they are always rushing. I don't know why. So reinforce it by sewing it again once or twice or even 3 times. And then another thing I like to do is I bond the edges where they cut. I use a lighter and just burn it so it becomes like plastic. And the stitch that I'm using for this is zigzag, so you want to count 1 or 2 tracks away from the closure and sew it in between the second and the third track. There's a space there where you can sew, so you just sew it there. And occasionally, sometimes your hair, the needle will catch some hair. All you have to just do is use a rat tail comb and gently pull the hair away from the thread that you've already sewn. So this is me doing it on the other side. Make sure that you're sewing the elastic band correctly so it's not facing the wrong side and you won't be able to clip it on. And this is what it basically looks like. Yes. And that's everything. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. And yeah, you can send me a DM if you want a wig made. Bye.